Good evening, and welcome to the draft and division reveal for the 2019 Quest for the Golden Spittoon. Tonight, 16 teams will begin their quest to capture what is one of the most illustrious and glorious spittoons in all of fantasy baseball. So, tonight, we're going to keep it short, we're going to keep it sweet, just like we always like to do. Everybody's back. No rule changes. Everybody knows the score. So we're going to hop 2 feet right into it and get going tonight in the 2019 Quest for the Golden Spittoon. In descending order of last year's finish, the 16th place team, Joe Hickey, West Coast Customs, keeping Max Kepler and Derek Rodriguez. He was 4-18 last year in weekly matchups. Horrific start. Brought us back shades of Harry Balzania. Terrible. But he has 9 picks for the first 80 this year, and he's changed the name of the iconic franchise, the Farmers, to West Coast Customs. Let's hope it works for Joe this season. The 15th place team named TBD, Chris Mondak, keeping NL MVP Christian Yelich and Yankees stud third baseman Miguel Andujar. He had the worst division record of 2018, 11-50-1 in the division. That's horrendous. He's a year-and-a-half vet taking over for Relax Laser Show, and a 6-week losing streak between weeks 3 and 8 really kind of took the season off the tracks. 14th, the Pearl Jammers. B-Day, Brendan Stanley, Sean Newcomb, and Fernando Tatis Jr. are going to be starting the roster off for the PJs. 13 moves last year. When you come in 14th and you only make 13 moves, you got to start looking around the front office for answers. Two playoff appearances in 6 seasons. And this is a front office that enjoys the power bat at first base. A couple of examples in the past of Jose Abreu and, of course, the immortal Ike Davis. The 13th place team, the Red Wave. The Stanley clan keeps rolling in the back end. Ozzie Albies and Mitch Haniger. Ozzie Albies, stud second baseman of the Atlanta Braves. 2 third-place finishes in 15 and 16, mired by 2 bad seasons in 17 and 18. He's known to stack up that pitching staff, and he was swallowed up by the Kayak last year as the only team out of that division not making the playoffs. The 12th place team, yours truly, the great Bamstino. An embarrassing season for the commish. First double-digit place in all 8 seasons. 3 second-round picks, and he's always got his eye out for that grizzly old stud, Sonny Gray, who the Yanks shipped off to obscurity. The 11th place Linkers turned 5 first-round picks last year into 5 bums, which explains why he did not make the playoffs. But he's keeping 2 guys he picked up off the waivers, Jesus Aguilar and Juan Soto, expecting big things out of those guys in a couple of second-year campaigns. In his first season as a married man, not loving his odds when it comes to the marriage. Well, I like his odds for the marriage, but not when it comes to devoting time to fantasy baseball. Sorry about that, Linky. The 10th place Stu Tang Clan. He's a champion. He's a 3-time semifinalist, 6 times in the playoffs in 8 seasons. He's got 3 third-round picks to really pick up those last remaining studs. And excuse me, this is live. We don't edit this. This is live. He probably hasn't heard of anybody past the 10th round or so, he says. But he is keeping Mike Fulton-Awich, another Brave, and Jurickson Profar, the super utility man now of the Oakland A's. The 9th place team, Sandy Feet Peas. His first single-digit finish since 2012. I think he was still at Central for either the first or second go at that point. He's keeping Matt Olson and Mike Clevenger. He's a known buyer at the deadline, even though he typically has no chance of making the playoffs. And if they miss it again, who knows? They might have to bring this thing back from the Bahamas. Starting off the playoff teams, the Twigs and Berries came in 8th place last year. Have 2 stud keepers in Blake Snell and Walker Buehler. He was the regular season runner-up, and he might be employing that year-on, year-off strategy where he sells 25 minutes into the start of the season. The 7th place team from last year, the Monkey Man, Ryan Stanley, keeping Mookie Betts, stud center fielder and AL MVP. Did he win the who cares? And Eugenio Suarez in the 12th round. He's the only owner in Spit history to make the playoffs every single season. And since he's keeping his first-round pick and doesn't have a second or a third, he can sleep in and still make the draft on time for his first pick. The 6th place team, MVP Baseball, Adam Costantini. He keeps a big bench, a lot of options, 137 moves last year. got him that 6th place finish. He's keeping David Dahl and stud Toronto Blue Jay prospect Vladimir Guerrero Jr., who may not make it up till May. The 5th place team, the B-Men. Brian Williams, best finish in Bronx Bomber history. He also had 13 moves, but unlike the Pearl Jammers, he turned it into a solid campaign. And then there was that one time where Easy tried to chirp him in the message board, and he got dunked on. Nice job, B-Men. Looking forward to a good season this year. Semi-finalist, the Ninos from 2018. He won the 2016 title, the last non-7-line champion. He's going with 2 waiver wire additions as keepers in Shane Bieber and Jose Leclerc, hoping he gets a little bit of production out of the back end of his draft. And he is considering the smoke is around Steve Pearce in round 1. The 3rd place team, number 21 is Eric Emmanuelson, classic Spittoon manager. He's making a run from the 8th seed all the way into the last days of the year. He had a horrible division record, so the Cinderella run in the playoffs was something to behold. And he is also keeping Mike Trout and Carlos Rodon for whatever reason. The runner-up from last year, Jeff Meager, Benjamin Buford Blue, with the stupidest name in the league. He's keeping Arenado, stud, just signed a $265 million deal, got Blaish and Jack Flaherty. He won't make a pick to the 3rd round either, and he won his division by 17.5 games, so this could be a tougher sledding depending on the divisions. And last year's champion was the same as 2017's champion, 7-Line Express, Josh Strauss. 2nd team in the history of the league to go back-to-back. No traded draft picks either, year-to-year consistency, solid front office work. And there's a lot of smoke around DeGrom to 7-line, so keep an eye out for that as draft day looms. So now we've seen and been introduced to the players. We are going to get our division started. Each one of these papers will be folded one time, just once, and placed into the Spittoon tumbler, sponsored by Tide. Everybody knows, sponsored by Tide, 3-in-1. 70% more, find it in your local grocery stores. So if you bear with me here just one moment, please. All the entries are being folded just once and tossed into the tumbler. As you will see, once this process of divisions is completed, they will be once again removed from the tumbler and folded another time for the draft order to be chosen. If you're watching this live, or once it's published, you could fast forward probably through the next 15 to 20 seconds. But if you want that full Spittoon effect, what makes this league great, you'll keep it right here with the commish as he does his due diligence and folds everything once. Ernst & Young did go over this process before it started. They have cleared it of any funny business or smelly fish. This is a tried and true method, been done every single year. So there's no shenanigans here. This isn't the Oscars. Okay, all teams are in the tumbler. This bad boy is being shaken up. Can you hear it? Can you hear it? Can you hear it? Can you hear it? Okay, boys. We have the Grizz, the Skull, the Kayak, and the Cope. We're going to start with the Copenhagen division. I probably should be keeping track of this. The first team into the Copenhagen division. It's the champion, 7-Line Express, going to the Cope. The Kayak division. Carrying the flag for the Kayak. Number 21's Easy in the Kayak division. In the Skull division, leading off the Skull division, the Great Bamstino, going to the Skull division, where he's been known to prosper. We got the Cope, the Kayak, the Skull, and now we're going to the Grizz division. The vaunted Grizz division will be headed up by Twigs and Berries, going to the Grizz division. We're going to work this in a snake order. So joining CUSA in the Grizz division. In the Grizz division. That's right. The Red Wave. Going to the Grizz to join the great Bamstino in the Skull Division. West Coast Customs, Joe Hickey. Lot of top picks in that Skull Division to start it off. In the Kayak Division with EZE. B-Man, the message board rivalry of 2018 will continue into the Kayak Division. God damn it. Now, to join the champion 7-Line Express in the Copenhagen Division. A runner-up from last year, Benjamin Buford Blue. How about that? Joining the 2 championship matchup from 2018 in that Copenhagen Division. Spittoon Clan. That's shaping up to be a doozy of the division right there. The Kayak with B-Men, with number 21s. You guessed it. The Pearl Jammers. The PJs joining EZE and B-Men. In the Skull Division, we have Bamstino. We have the Former Farmers. We have the Sandyfoot. Sandy Cock Peas. That division is not looking so hot if we're going by 2018 metrics. The Grizz Division, joining the Red Wave and Twigs and Berries. The Linkers, going to the Grizz. There's 4 teams left that haven't heard their name called. Going into the Grizz with Stanley, Connor, Quinlan, Kevin, Syracusa, Matt, Stanley, Ryan, the Monkeys, the Stanley brothers. The younger 2 are going to pair up in the Grizz. Molly, I know, I'm excited about the Stanley brother matchup too. Take it. Okay. All right. In the Skull Division, joining Sandy Feet Peas, West Coast Customs, the Great Bamstino, the Ninos, Joe Kevany. 4th place finish last year. He's joining a lot of weak competitors again. He could be prime. There's 2 teams left. Going to the Kayak with Brendan Stanley, with B-Men, Brian Williams, and EZE. MVP Baseball. And that means there's only 1 team left, and that's named TBD. Chris Mondak joining Stu. Benjamin Buford Blue, that's a division. And 7-Line Express joining the Copenhagen Division. So there you have it. The divisions have been set. I hope you marked that down because I'll have to watch it back again, but I'll make sure to get that right. So here we go. The whole enchilada. Each team will be going back into the Tide Tumbler, folded once again for the divisions. Again, if you're not into this kind of thing where you just watch me do this, you can pause, you can fast forward, and give me about 35 seconds. So what do you think? Is this the Yanks year? I think so. If you can't tell where the commission stands with the old MLB baseball, I think it's the Yanks year. Staff solid. Hap, Paxton, Severino, Tanaka. We got the big boppers, Judge and Stanton, hopefully healthy all year. Hey, the Sox are going to be tough. Their bullpen, they got a couple of guys chewing sunflower seeds. They got rid of anybody worth the shit. So, hey, we'll see how those leads are held. Hopefully we can keep putting up some big numbers out in the West. Harper, Phillies, Machado, Padres. It's going to be wide open out there. The Cubs, they're back. The Dodgers, they're still in the hunt. The Braves, they could be coming back strong. The Mets, probably not the Mets. I don't know. But they're coming back. It's gonna be a big year. Oh, draft night. Hopefully you're not fast forwarding through this, but you should all know draft night is going to be Wednesday, March 20th, 8:15 p.m. Now, as I just realized today, the MLB season actually does start in Japan with a 2-game set between the Oakland A's and the Seattle Mariners on Wednesday, March 20th. Those games will not count for scoring. We will be starting on the actual opening day, which will be March 28th. Every team is now in the tumbler. Folded twice and being shook up as we speak. I'm going to have to grab a pen. You might see a little bit of silence and see the beautiful sunset here in Plansfield, Connecticut as you look out the window. So you're going to have to give me just a moment here, and the commission will be right back to reveal the 2016 Quest for the Golden Spittoon draft order. And we're back. Here we go, the moment you've all been waiting for, the 16-minute mark tonight. We are going to reveal from 16 to 1 the 2018 Quest for the Golden Spittoon draft order. Now, as you saw, 3 teams did utilize their first-round pick to keep their players. That was Ryan Stanley keeping Mookie Betts. Nolan Arenado kept by Benjamin Buford Blue. And number 21 is keeping Mike Trout. Those 3 teams will forfeit their first-round pick in order to obtain those players. So the first pick could be very interesting this year with a lot of openings and different possibilities. So without further ado, the Spittoon is being tumbled. Again, big thanks to Tide for sponsoring tonight's event. It means a lot. Their continuing backing of the Quest of the Golden Spittoon is really second to none. So we can't thank them enough. And if you want your clothes to not smell like moldy cheese, this goes for you peas, get your Tide Pods. 3-in-1, they work the best. 70% more in every box. So here we go. Picking 16th this year in the first round for the Quest for the Golden Spittoon. West Coast Customs. Not great for a team that's picking 16th and came in 16th. But hey, you get the first round of pick 2. So first pick of the second round. Like I said, it's live. Picking 15th in the first round in the Quest for the Golden Spittoon. Stu Tang Clan. Picking 15th in the first round. A couple of guys with some big picks later on in the early part of the draft. They're going to be starting at the back end of round 1. With the 14th pick of the first round, the Red Wave. The Red Wave is going to be picking 14th. Excuse me. Needed to get that phlegm out. The 13th pick of the first round of the 2019 Quest for the Golden Spittoon will be made by Twigs and Berries. The 13th pick of round 1 goes to Twigs and Berries. The 12th pick in the first round for the Quest for the Golden Spittoon the Pearl Jammers. The Pearl Jammers are going to be picking 12th. Not a bad little spot there. Could be in line for a big bat, first base. Paul Goldschmidt? I don't know. Greg Bird? Maybe. Pick 11 in the first round for the Quest for the Golden Spittoon is going to go to 7 Line Express. The champ is going to be operating out of the 11 hole. We're going to the top 10. The top 10, the 10th pick of the first round will be made by the Linkers. The Linkers picking 10th. Pick number 9 in the Quest for the Golden Spittoon. We'll go to MVP Baseball. Pick number 9. The 8th pick in the first round for the Quest of the Golden Spittoon. Name TBD is picking 8th. We're into the top 7. Keep clutching those lucky charms if you haven't heard your name yet. The 7th pick will be made by the Great Bamstino. The 7th pick in the first round goes to the Bamstino. The top 6, the 6th pick will be made by B-Man. Brian Williams will be making the 6th pick overall. You want to come say hi, Mom? Hey, Holly, what do you think? What do you think, girl? B-Man's got the 6th pick. Got the 6th pick. Who are you thinking? Huh? Giancarlo Stanton? That's a good pick. Like I said, it's live. There could be puppies going around. We are into the top 5. The 5th pick will be made by Sandy Foot Peas. A top 5 pick for Sandy Foot to join Olsen and Clevenger. The 4th pick will be made by the Ninos. Coming in 4th, going to pick 4th. We're into the top 3. The 3rd pick will be made by number 21s. He had first overall last year with Mike Trout, and now he's picking 3rd. He's going to have a big 1-2 punch at the beginning of that draft. The top 2 are in the pot, in the can. The 2nd pick will be made by the Monkeys. Monkeys is picking 2, which means tonight's winner of getting to the end of this video, picking first overall, Jeff Meager, Benjamin Buford Blue. Could that be what the runner-up needed to put him over the top? We're going to find out. He's at an Arenado. He's going to have a big first-round pick. So there you have it, folks. That's the draft order and divisions and the quest to the 2019 Golden Spittoon. We are just about 2.5 weeks away from draft night. So everybody start doing your scouting and getting ready because the time is here. It may not look like it outside, but we're ready to play some baseball. Until next time, this has been the commish, Adam Goldstein. We will see you very, very soon out there on the diamond.